My stocks are tanking.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? How's it going? It's Friday night. We're live streaming. We're back at it again. Night number 5 in a row. Loving it. Checking out what's going on in the socials. What is everybody up to on Friday night? What's your Friday night look like? Happy Friday, people. Don't give up. Scaling my business with YouTube. Interesting. Looks like we got some gender reveals. That's an interesting topic in California right now with the fires. Let's see, lunches, flowers, other than all the ads, some outdoor boot camps. Those are starting to become a little bit more popular here in Chicago. What's fitness looking like for you in your area? Drop me a note in the chat. What does fitness look like for you in your area? Drop me a note in the chat. Are you guys able to go back to the gym? Are you still stuck at home doing fitness? Do you have gyms that are able to accommodate some outdoor workouts? We got people on. I don't even know why I'm on social media checking out, seeing what people are doing right now. Down in Malibu. We got some, I follow all kinds of different people. Anyway, what's up, guys? It's Friday night, and we're going to get after it here. Welcome to the Project Fresh live stream. I see a couple people on. Glad to have you. Hope to get some interaction. Feel free, please, to drop a note in the gym or in the in the chat. I just saw my wife respond. Home gym. Thanks, baby. We're actually addressing our home gym right now. Very important to have Febreze on hand if you've got a home gym. Definitely key. All right, so this is Project Fresh, and that is our company, and we've decided to do live streaming, and really looking forward to continuing this live streaming process. In fact, there was one thing that I had intended to set up, and if I can do so quickly without it being a distraction here, organization is absolutely critical. And if you happen to not make things happen appropriately, then, it's all right. You live, you learn, and you make things happen over time. And it seems what I'm looking for I cannot currently find, so that's all right. We'll stick with what we got for today. So what we're going to cover for the rest of our live stream and week, we may do tomorrow. I'll let you know. One thing that's key about schedule, especially for us with this being lifestyle coaching, is that on the weekends, I definitely make sure, especially if it's been a really busy week, to spend some time with my wife, especially if I have Saturday morning work and we're not going out to do something. Sunday is completely off. We don't work on Sunday at all. That's to honor God. God created this amazing creation that we live in, this existence, the universe that's heavily quoted by a lot of people. Let the universe bring it to you. The universe is created. It can't really do anything. That's a random thought from the week, but created this just amazing creation. God did, and he rested on the seventh day. And so if that's what he modeled, that's something that we're about here at Project Fresh, is allowing ourselves that downtime to rest from our active process of creating. We're creating opportunities for you to be successful in your lifestyle. We are creating relationships to partner with you in the success of your lifestyle, whether it be your fitness and finances, your recreation and relationships, your education growth, maybe in financial literacy and how to eat well. We do have connections to financial literacy that ties to real estate investing. That's something we haven't talked much about, but really exciting. Our sanctity, so that's spiritual, soul health, taking care of those areas. That's another component of our overall health, and that category or moves us right into H, which is the overall health. And it's all customized because we all have unique experiences, and so that's what Fresh is all about. That's what Project Fresh stands for, Fresh. I'm sure you all know how to spell fresh, but just to emphasize that. And this company was created officially launched back in April of 2016. So we're coming up really soon on our 4-year full-time, our 4-year anniversary on full-time. I literally left corporate America and did this full-time, and I have not worked for any company other than my own since 2016. And it has been crazy. It has been awesome. It has been a myriad of different things. It has challenged and tested my faith. It has challenged and tested my patience. There was a couple of times I definitely was looking at going back to what I did before to see if I could support what I was doing, but ultimately never got into those positions. Didn't even necessarily get offers, which was actually good long term. I even had a position at Facebook secured, and then here came COVID-19 and sheltered in place. And voila, no work at Facebook, and here we are still online. 6+ months later, still making things happen, still managing to survive here in the San Francisco Bay Area, probably the most expensive, if not second most expensive place to live in the country right now as we speak. The cost of living here is absolutely ridiculous. The cost of housing, if you're not in the Bay Area and have heard about it, is true. It is very expensive. Seeing houses that should be worth probably $200,000-$300,000 are worth $1 million. It is just an insane and inflated price for the cost of homes here. And that could be for 2,000 square foot houses, 2,500 square foot houses, $1 million. And there's nothing $1 million-esque about the house at all. So anyway, that's just a little bit about Project Fresh, a little bit about myself. Today, we're going to be dispelling, a myth. If you saw on our Instagram, check us out at Elevate Your Fresh. That's our hashtag. For Facebook, check us out at fb.com/Elevate Your Fresh. Check us out there. Those are our our social medias, and that's where we're pretty active. We'd love to engage with you, get to know you, see what your fitness goals are, what your health goals are. I was just talking to a friend who I'm doing real estate investing with earlier today, and he wants a custom plan where he's looking to put on about 10 to 15 pounds of muscle. So I'm going to show him everything as far as the fitness, the nutrition, and assist him in the process of that by creating goals, milestones, and everything else that will help him stay accountable to his goals. And that's what we're all about. If you come with us to goals, expect to have some commitments on your side, because they are, in fact, your goals. You are ultimately responsible for your goals, just like we are ultimately responsible for ours here at Project Fresh. And that's the way it works. And we do even custom financial plans, as far as we're not financial advisors, we're not fiduciaries, anything like that. We do specifically coaching in finances. Maybe you just can't, for some reason, figure out why your ends are not meeting, and there's more month at the end of the money. And for whatever reason, you've been living that lifestyle for a long time, and just something isn't right about that financial situation. Maybe you're in my category in life. I was working a full-time job and a side hustle, and maybe a side hustle is up your alley. Part of what I do in the real estate side is we're independent contracted marketers. That's a very common terminology. You're contracted. You're a independent contractor if you're working for like Uber or DoorDash or Lyft, any of those kinds of companies. And this would be specific to marketing. So if you feel marketing might be an interest, and coming in initially, you could earn anywhere between $300 and $3,500 per sale. If you can find something better than that, let me know, because I want to know about it. But you would earn $300 to $3,500 per sale right up front. No qualifications needed, low buy-in. And you're just looking for some way to generate some additional money and learn how to manage your money. We got stuff like that in Project Fresh as well. Now, that's a little bit more in our Fresh Real Estate Investing chapter, a separate company that we have, but still along the lines of the coaching that we do. So anyway, let's talk Project Fresh. Today, we're going to be dispelling a myth regarding breakfast. So I'll be covering that in about the last 5 minutes. Hang in there with me all the way to the end so you can hear about that. Oh no, Ryan's coming after breakfast. What is he going to come after next? Yes, I am coming after breakfast, but it's not exactly what you may be thinking as far as breakfast is concerned. I love breakfast. In fact, I love breakfast at nighttime. It's probably one of my favorite options for dinner. Nice, solid serving of potatoes. I got to rock the potatoes. I'm from Idaho, and that's just got to be a part of breakfast. Unless you've got pancakes or toast on there, then maybe a little too much, but usually always pancakes. And then the meat selection, I'm not sure right now. We've been doing chicken apple sausage lately. That's been really tasty. And then, of course, some eggs. Got to have some eggs in there. So my wife is threatening to do a English breakfast from UK, right? Yep. So she says it's amazing. I guess one of the highlights on that plate is baked beans. I have not had baked beans with breakfast before, so looking forward to that. But I am going to speak specifically about breakfast, so stay tuned. So what is it that we're doing here? We're providing an opportunity for those who we market to. We are very active on Facebook and social media. You may have seen us specifically advertising our transformation program. We've been doing that since April. It's been very, very cheap to advertise on Facebook with everybody being stuck online. And looks like someone's trying to fix their phone. Hopefully that works for you so you can chat in with us some more. And anyway, let's see here. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's been very, very economic to advertise on Facebook. And what I'll say very simply is that we've been doing so since April. We've been bringing on new clients. It's been really helping us stay with it. A lot of our clients we had in person weren't willing to go online with us. We've been doing a majority of training on Zoom, both group classes, which I have still a very full list for a full list for classes online, all through Zoom. And then also I have available one-on-one personal training sessions. We only have maybe one spot left for that. I'm not doing too many sessions. Plus, that is something that has a high commitment as far as financials are concerned. If you want to train with us one-on-one in person, that does require a higher level of commitment. But the cool thing is you get more of our devoted time one-on-one, where we're actually regularly game planning for you on a regular basis: fitness, finances, recreation, taking care of the spiritual health, the mental health. I'm going to talk a little bit about mental health here in a second, and anything else that's encompassed into it. So with that being said, we have our transformation program that we've been specifically advertising, and a lot of people have been getting hit really hard with family health trouble. These fires in California, Oregon, and Washington have been devastating for a lot of families. Just in the near proximity of us in the Bay, within a probably 3 to 4 hour radius, there's been well over 1 million acres burned in the last month. Those fires from a lightning storm we had have just taken out acres and acres and acres of land here in California. And we literally had a day. I'll see if I can pull this up really quick. We literally had a day here in the Bay Area. It was about a day and a half, about 2 days total, where it was literally orange outside. I kid you not, it was orange outside. I had seen something like that, close to that, I would say. Not I'm trying to remember if that was a screenshot or a download. I may not be able to find this. Unfortunately, I had it sent over. Oh, you know what? I'll find it through. I was just sending it over to my brothers. Yeah, there it is. Let's see if you guys can see this. I'll show it to you. That's literally the color of what it was outside. Literally orange. It was crazy. Zoom in here just a tad bit. It was literally orange outside for over a day, about 2 days almost. Okay, it was pretty bad. But all kinds of different circumstances, all kinds of different challenges for those who I've been speaking with. There have been a lot of people who've just simply not been motivated, and motivation comes into play with the mental health. Maybe I'll combine those two together. But more or less, we're providing an opportunity for folks to connect with us, to get to know us, to ask us questions live here on YouTube, interact with us on Facebook. We're going to be creating a special group, I believe, here soon. where we're going to have the opportunity for you to engage with us, maybe provide some 7-day programs where if you join us on YouTube, like us here and subscribe, and you also follow us on Project Fresh and maybe share some content that you felt was valuable from us, we'll go ahead and give you a 7-day. I have either a 7-day or a 14-day free program set up that's available where it just gives you some workouts for the day. Excuse me, some very simple workouts. I'll give you some basic guidelines as far as food and how you can keep yourself accountable to those for that period of time. And if you like it, you can get to see more of our actual transformation program, which is 6 weeks. And we're going to look for ways to provide you content and the ability to be successful in your lifestyle without necessarily having to put down the financial commitment. But if you're going to work with us directly, we require you to put a financial commitment down. Yes, we are a business, but more so importantly, if you're not putting skin in the game financially, your chances of being successful reduce significantly. And by significantly, I mean 20% at best. Now, if you're a highly motivated person, I think this is a good segue. If you're extremely motivated, meaning you are inspired, you have seen someone else's results, you have had a life experience, that situation, you've realized something in your life where you want to see some change that is going to help propel you forward in your life, a lifestyle that you're currently not living is required to live that life that you desire, and you're all in, then you're in a good position, and most likely the likelihood of you putting down that financial commitment is going to be a lot easier for you. Now, if you're on the other side of motivation where it's situational, you're going to continue to live that same lifestyle over and over and over again until a situation hits you square between the eyes. Maybe a family member is going to get diagnosed with something family related, health related is going to hit. Might be a health scare for yourself. Maybe your circumstances are going to get to be so tiresome, clothes don't fit, walking upstairs, not being able to breathe well, tired of seeing the fat around the midsection, feeling out of shape. Here's the common one. I have people who have very labor intensive workouts who have 20 to 25 pounds. These are people I've spoken to recently, 20 to 25 pounds of extra weight stored on their body. They are moving boxes all day long, 8 hours straight. Like that's their job. And they can't figure out why they're still packing that extra 20 pounds. There's a specific reason for that. Most likely based on how you're eating, most likely based on the fact that you probably aren't actually exercising. You are moving your body. You are doing physical labor, but not the exercise that I'm talking about, because there is a certain point where the body adapts to that. And once it adapts, it's no longer growing as far as lean mass is concerned. So there are those situations too where it would seem that you wouldn't have any extra weight on your body, but you do. So there's a lot of different scenarios that we cover that we can assist you with. It all comes down to your level of motivation. Are you inspired? Or is it a time where you're now facing situations that are so, maybe I wouldn't say dire, but have challenged you so much that now you don't have a choice. It's time to decide. Whatever it may be, we're hoping you're more towards the inspired side. Hopefully we can provide some information for you in the live streams to come that would push you towards that inspired side. Trust me, that inspired side is going to cost you a lot less. It's going to take you a much shorter time, and it's going to be less heartache at the end of the day than being potentially in a position where you're in situation versus inspiration. And I'll say this, we're going to pay for our health. We can pay for it today, or we can pay for it later. At some point in time, we're going to have something health related. It's going to come, and I'm not saying that's always the case. There are those things that we just absolutely can't control. But when it comes to what we're looking at in this country, in the United States, I know eventually this is probably going to grow larger than the United States. But I imagine right now I'm probably connecting with people from the U.S. If you're not, let us know. Drop in the chat if you're from somewhere else other than the United States. And I'd love to hear what it looks like in your country. But I can tell you the way things are going, we have 3,000 people dying a day. And at least 1 in 3 of those people are dying from preventable causes, meaning there's something they could have changed in their lifestyle that would have prevented them from passing away prematurely. My father was one of those individuals. Unfortunately, he passed at 64, which was way too young. I've got serious longevity in my family, people living in their late 90s. My grandma's 92 right now. I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon, unless the Lord says otherwise. She still drives her car. She's still pushing a lawnmower out in her backyard. She's still getting around town as if she was 60. Like I remember her when I was a kid. And, well, not 60, late 60s, I guess, but she still seems like the same grandma that was around when I was a kid, and the longevity is there. That is my dad's mom, and unfortunately, my father passed away prematurely. So we really, truly can be we are the only ones who can be the change agent for the success we're looking for. Mental health, real quick. There's a lot going on right now. There is so much going on right now. Yeah, one of my grandma's sayings. My wife just came on. She loves that. My grandma realizes she messed up on something, or well, it was trying to figure something out, not thinking clearly. She's like, "Come on, Mary." My grandma's awesome. So, as far as mental health, we got so much going on. Tons of people passing away. Think of Chadwick Boseman. Talk about in my thinking, this dude was an embodiment of living sacrificially, living with courage, living knowing that your last day could be any day, possibly. I mean, I don't know the details, but man, talk about doing all the work that he was doing and being sick. How about the notorious RBG? And I got that correct, right? Yeah. I actually didn't know a lot about her. I knew that she was serving on the Superior Court, but I actually didn't know much about her. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it just wasn't something I studied in school, or Supreme Court isn't something I've ever looked at. Obviously, we had a lot of stuff going on. What was that last year with Kavanaugh, which was what it was. But long story short, just learning more about her has been just amazing. Talk about dealing with sickness with her husband, dealing with sickness, and ultimately passing away. All the different things that she dealt with while she was a change agent in her arena. It's just amazing. The fact that she did what she did with courage and strength and stuck with it for as long as she did. And we learned about her trainer today who was at her service. And the gentleman did some push-ups in her honor, which I thought was tight. But my wife read something that said that he was one of the most influential people in her life, and that he had been working with her for 21 years, I believe, since 1990. Was it 99? Yep. And my goodness, it sounded like she had a health scare. It sounds like he started working with her after one of the, it was a cancer, I believe, if I'm not incorrect. Again, learning some of the details, so I'm not 100 on the details here, but the fact that she decided to make it an absolute part of her life to hire someone to work with her for 21 years, that's commitment. And yes, it was based on situation, but she locked in and she made the best of those 21 years. And we can see it in her work. We can see it in her impact. Now, I actually would like to just go ahead and pause and just do a moment of silence for both of these individuals who I've spoken, and just give some air for both of them. I think we can learn a lot from people like these two individuals that I mentioned, RBG, Chadwick Boseman, both of them, and what they really worked hard on, whatever their craft was. I'm not talking politics. I'm not talking. Uh, I'm not talking what comes out of LA and Hollywood. Whatever it was they're working on was what it was. The fact that they put the dedication in, that's what I'm specifically focusing on right now. And we can all learn from that. And we can also learn on how that can be very impactful. When we think about impacting the world, I want to encourage you that change happens right in the household that you're in. And people see what you do and they may not jump on board with you, but they are impacted by it. And those who do roll with you, keep on working hard, because the work that you do, the light that you shine in your arena, in your space and place, has an impact. It really does. I want to tell you that. I want to encourage you in that. And we all need that right now. I was just about to say, with everything that's going on, mental health can be easily attacked, can be easily brought low with all these different verdicts, with all these different heart condition, heart related issues that we're seeing people not do well with at all, managing all of these situations very poorly, viruses, the injustice, all this different stuff that's going on. It's not going well, and it can mess up our health in a big way. So we're here to encourage you. We're here to be that community for you, to keep you moving forward, and we're here to dominate breakfast. Quick segue into breakfast, from a heavy tone to a lighter tone. All right, let's get into breakfast 4 minutes or less. Why is breakfast and the necessity of breakfast a health myth? Yes, I just said it. Breakfast is not necessary for you to be successful in your health goals, and here is why. Look at the word breakfast itself, and you will see that it is actually a component of two words: break and fast. Now, fast literally is speaking to your body being in a fasted state, meaning you haven't eaten for an extended period of time, which is what happens when you go to bed at night. We'll talk about sleep next week or into October. We're starting to get more darkness at night, so I think sleep will be a really good topic to get into for October. So you're in a fasted state when you go to bed, and when you wake up from going to bed. And whenever you decide to eat is when you break your fast. So if you don't eat until 12, that's breakfast. If you don't eat until 2, that's breakfast. Now, you probably have heard of intermittent fasting, which is a technique that is used by many different groups of people, but ultimately it's a technique to extend the fast, so you change the fuel source that you use for energy for your body. And there is a technique that you can use for that to help burn stubborn belly fat and lose weight overall. And it's very effective, and it works for pretty much everybody. Now, breakfast is being sold to us. If you saw my thumbnail, I was holding that big cart of eggs. Like, breakfast has been sold to us. These cereal companies, these breakfast restaurants that we all love to go to so much on Sunday afternoon for brunch. These breakfast sausage companies, you know what I'm talking about. They have sold us on breakfast, but it is not required for you to have success. Now, if you see someone marketing hard no breakfast, it's probably because most likely they're not a fan of like breakfast, like what we've been sold. If you see someone who's marketing it, then maybe they might be trying to sell you some kind of shake or some kind of plan or whatever. We do have breakfast in our meal plan, but it's whenever you decide to get to it. And it's more so about how many servings or calories you have throughout the day, making sure all the different macros, so proteins, fats, carbs, are eaten according to your plan. We don't care when you eat it necessarily. There is a framework that most of us are used to: breakfast, lunch, dinner, a couple of snacks. But ultimately, if you get all the calories that you need in based on your goal, you should be fine. Now, going to bed, it's good to separate your last meal from when you go to bed. And there's ways to help with not waking up hungry in the middle of the night that we can advise and coach you on and assist you with as well. But as far as breakfast is concerned, it is not required. And no, I'm not selling a no breakfast plan, because you just heard I had it in the plan. It's not required because simply you're breaking up fast. And we could take it a step further. Intermittent fasting does work. It actually works quite well if you know exactly how to utilize it well. And it takes some tweaking. Again, remember I said yesterday, every plan is custom to you. There is no one size fits all. There are generalities that definitely work. Our body operates a specific way. So those definitely are constants. But as far as you, I highly encourage you to take a test, do 1 or 2 things for 30 days, take notes, take a count on your phone, whatever it takes. Make sure you work your way through. for 30 days and see how it impacts your body. And that will tell you if that's working for you or not. All right. So this is Project Fresh. It's Friday night. Go out, enjoy yourself, or stay in if you're still in a COVID shelter-in-place location. Basketball is on. I'm sure there's lots of restaurants available, whether it's bring it to your home or go sit out and eat outside. Relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy the weekend, the fruits of your hard labor and work. Definitely good to get some rest. We've had another difficult and challenging week, so make sure to spend some time taking care of you, because if you don't, just remember nobody else is other than you. You're the only one that's going to be able to take care of you, unless you're in a position where you can't take care of yourself. So for most of us, we're able to take care of ourselves and choose not to. I highly encourage you to take the time to switch that around and make sure that you take care of you, because if you're not in that take care of package, it's going to be a lot harder for you to take care of everything else around you. This is Ryan with Project Fresh. We've enjoyed being with you every single day this week for our YouTube live streams. We will have more engagement as we come. And next week, we're starting our small raffle. We're raffling off with 10 spots available, our 30-minute coaching consultation. So I'll be speaking about how you can get involved with that next week. And I hope to actually connect to my Zoom so that I can show you a few screenshots and some different things on my computer here. All right, guys, go out, enjoy yourselves, be safe. Take some downtime if you need it. Like I said, it's been a tough week, and we'll see you either tomorrow or for sure on Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, take care. We'll see you soon.